I'm here with Marianne and Melissa Taylor, Matt Puppets. And this is the second time we've done this interview because I forgot to turn the camera on. So hopefully this one will go a little better. Marianne,
Yes.
how did you become interested in puppetry?
Well, after about 20 years of marriage, my husband came home and said, I'd like to be a ventriloquist. So I thought, well, okay. So we learned about the International Ventriloquist Convention, and we came up in '85, and that's when I saw Verna's puppets. And I have an art background and home economics. It's what I majored in college, and it combined both of my interests and my skills. And I called Verna up, and she was so gracious to send me some patterns. And then Al Gettler had a workshop, and I went to the workshop, and Jeff was in the workshop, Taylor Mason, Judy Bush, and quite a few others. And that's how I learned and became good friends with Verna, and eventually did some workshops with her, and went and spent some time in her home in Punta Gorda, Florida. And she just mentored me and started giving me, sending people to me because she was cutting back, and that's how I got started.
Fantastic. Now, you say that was 1985 when you came to the convention.
Yes.
And have you been to all the conventions since then?
I have. I think we've been to every one of them.
What was the first puppet you ever made? Do you remember?
Yes, and I still have it. I'm not sure I'd put it out in my name, but I still have that puppet. It's at the house, yeah.
What was it?
Oh, it was a lamb, a little human lamb with a little granny dress on, and I had my little pillbox hat like Jacqueline Kennedy made famous, and I put that on there, and I still have it at the house.
That's great. That's great. So, now, Melissa, you were taught by your mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were you like dragged into it, kicking and screaming because it's part of a family business, or
no, not at all. Actually, I was almost all but discouraged. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you really sure you want to do this? No, I was an art major in school. That was what I studied. Unfortunately, I focused on painting and drawing, which was kind of a lack of foresight on my part. But and I did something completely unrelated. I worked as a paralegal for about 7 or 8 years after I got out of school, and decided that was not for me. And always enjoyed making stuff. That had the art background. Decided that making stuff and getting paid for it would be very cool. And I started doing it part-time for a while. I eased into it. I'd grown up doing bits and pieces. I always was hand sewing, and that was how I made pocket change. And so I just started, honestly, I started tinkering into it because Mom was very busy and didn't have any help at one point. And so I was kind of helping her out, and then I started doing more of it and eased into it and worked part-time at both jobs for a while, and then been doing it full-time now for probably 6 or 7 years.